Trudging through endless mountains and rivers, we come to the end of our rope. This is a poem made by Tang Seng or Tripitaka, which is the master of Monkey King Sun Wukong when he... Oops, sorry. Okay, now we're back. So the poem is made when Tang Seng is struggled by the journey to the west. He's trying to, complain about how hard the journey is. When the journey began, he was all alone and never thought this journey was full of difficulties and obstacles. As the journey proceeded, he was somewhat desperate and hoped the journey would end as soon as possible. Mentioning this poem here is trying to introduce people one of the most famous Chinese novels. Journey to the West is a Chinese fantasy novel written or officially finished editing in 1592. The story is based on a historical event, Xuanzang, a prominent monk in the Tang Dynasty, went to India to study Buddhism. His pilgrimage to India is documented in a variety of ways, but the mostly universally recognized one is Journey to the West. The author of this fairy tale, Wu Cheng'en, instead of narratively writing the pilgrimage, was mainly focused on exploring a land of vast wonders with folklore, allegory, history, religion, and anti-bureaucratic satire. And these elements enrich this journey into a mystical legend. The mind-wanderings, heartfelt tales behind every facade, vanquishing demons and monsters, and confronting mighty foes. They have guaranteed both the characters and the readers the pain and the pleasure of soul baptism to perceive the essence of life. Although the whole story is encompassed with the principles of Buddhism, the spirit it tries to reflect are the heroism of invincibility, indomitability, courage, and prominent humanity. People may wonder, if the novel is called Journey to the West, why we always think the monkey as the protagonist, instead of the group of four, or Tang Seng the master. The first documented figure of the monkey is an ancient drawing discovered in grottos in Yulin Anxi, a place in Gansu province in China. The ancient drawing was proved to be painted in year of 1232 to record the pilgrimage of Xuanzang. The role archetype of Wukong, which painting on this drawing, is called Shipantuo. He is from a western barbarian tribe in ancient China, and surprisingly, Shipantuo is not omnipotent and smart at all, but cowardice and unreliable. He once drew out a knife to threaten Xuanzang to give up this journey, because he was afraid that if they got caught, he and his family would die. At last, they didn't come to an agreement and Shipantuo left. What worth mentioning is that it is still a mystery why Sun Wukong appears as a character of monkey. Some scholars think he was created based on Wu Zhiqi, a monkey character from Chinese traditional tales. Others believe that he was created after the Hindu monkey god Hanuman from India. Anyhow, all the characters are quite different from Chinese Wukong right now. As the character develops, Sun Wukong becomes the protagonist. Journey to the West even starts with Wukong's birth and his rebellion against heaven. The uniqueness of Sun Wukong is not only demonstrated through his heroism, but also his self-awareness. Sun Wukong claims himself as an existence beyond heavens and earth, even after he fetches Buddhist sutra from Lingshan. He was born from a rock, which gives him the chance to be untrammeled by worldly affairs. Religion, ethics, rules, and laws cannot be applied to him. And this makes freedom to become his lifelong pursuit. Speak of freedom, The crown, or a titan hoop on Wukong's head, must be mentioned. This so-called crown is also shown in the trailer of Black Myth Wukong, but for now, let's leave it there and explain it later. Next, Sun Wukong regards self-esteem to be of utmost importance in his existence. When facing Jin Emperor and Supreme Lord Laozi, Wukong only holds his fist. Holding fist is an etiquette called 抱拳礼 in Chinese, which is a form of ritual derived from Chinese martial arts. The etiquette is used between people who have equal relations. That is why after he rebels to heaven, he called himself the great sage equaling heaven. During the pilgrimage, Sun Wukong once nailed to a daemon to save his master, and he cries unwittingly because of this nail. So you can see how important self-esteem to him. The third aspect needs to be mentioned is Wukong's pursuing of self-entertainment. The difficulties of this journey never bored him, and he treats them as a part of his game. He doesn't always win, and he never wins easily. But defeat and failure do not make him a pathetic hero, since Wukong has already got what he truly enjoyed: joy and pleasure from every combat and fight against mighty foes. On the contrary, while Sun Wukong stands for the restless instability of genius, the character of Tang Seng is weakened. Xuanzang is an eminent monk with sincerity and courage. Although Tang Seng is devout, he is somewhat weak and incompetent, which stands for the ordinary man and spiritual leader blundering anxiously through the difficulties of life. He confuses truth and falsehood. He is selfish and jealous, narrow-minded, and sometimes fatuous and paranoid. Without his disciples' help, food would be a serious problem for him. However, his perseverance and devotion become the key reason of holding this team together. It is Tang Seng's weaknesses make his achievement respectful and unbelievable. As for Pixie, the second disciple of Tang Seng, obviously symbolizes the physical appetite, brute strength, and a kind of cumbrous patience. The novel maximizes Pixie's appetite and lust to exaggerate his indulgence in secularity. He got trapped countless times due to his debauchery and gluttony. Like this. The intention of this character description is not to deny human desire, but to show the conflicts between those desires and seeking ideal. Pixie is never a negative character. Although he is somewhat retarded and greedy, he has a lot of wisdom from daily life which Sun Wukong does not have. And the little wisdom sometimes do solve many problems in the pilgrimage. The third disciple, Sandy, represents wholeheartedness, but the portrait of him is somewhat ill-defined and colorless. He is an ascetic monk who devotes himself with his tenacity into this journey. Every time Pixie giving up, Sandy encourages him. Every time the team has conflicts, Sandy reconciles the contradictions. And even the monkey says, "Sandy, you are a very good man." Although he is so modest and says, "I don't really have much means," Wukong always needs him. And compared to the other team members, he is really nobody. But in Journey to the West, he is somebody. Beside the four main characters, 81 Nuns, which is the core of this novel, has a particular design and undertone. In Chinese, Nun means difficulty. 81 Nuns try to imply that difficulties are on and inescapable. In the novel, the team must overcome 81 nuns to finally fetch the Buddhist Sutra. And these nuns are extremely diverse. They can be nature, evil, combat, morality, vanity, and obsession. They symbolize society, reflect history, and connect with spirit. In Chinese traditional culture, they are part of the destiny. They are not only the test for human volition, but also become the only path to success. Challenging adversaries is not confined with combat. Against humanity, dealing with relationship, persuading evil to good, and eliminating corruption from heaven are all part of it. If all that mentioned above are physical nuns, the other part of the nuns are from inner world. Mo, a Chinese word, which means demon in English, is one of the key concepts in Buddhism. In Sanskrit, Mo means karma, which represent mental activities that stand against practicing Buddhism, such as obsession, confusion, and annoyance. Fighting demons or Mo's is the materialization of internal struggle. In fact, the internal Mo's are the causes of physical Mo's, and defeating these internal Mo's is much harder than fighting actual demons and monsters. To illustrate this idea, the author introduces us one chapter in Journey to the West, the Imposter Monkey King, which is a story between Sun Wukong and 6-year macaque. It shows us the biggest enemy is ourselves. It's only about 1 week left for Black Myth Wukong's release. Let's say happy birthday to Sun Wukong himself, since Wukong is officially born on August 20th. I hope this video will give you some hints of Journey to the West and Black Myth Wukong. Thank you for like, share, and subscribe. And more videos about the game and journey will come up soon. This is Ryan Company Journey. See you soon. Bye.
不纵欲，诸行了无生趣。